Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my potential transfer plans for Double Gameweek 28 and also how I'm currently getting on in Gameweek 27. Let's get into it. So, starting things off, this is how I'm currently doing in Gameweek 27. I'm on a small red arrow from 1.4k down to 1.8k, currently on 60 points. However, though, I think it's going to get a little bit worse. I do still have Gabriel and Saka to play, but the actual effective ownership of Saka is higher than 100%. So, if he gets anything tonight, it's actually going to hurt my rank. I think he's on around 111%. I think Saka captainers are going to be feasting tonight, though, because Haaland only getting one goal is not bad. Like, if I was in a position where I hadn't captained Haaland and I'd gone with Saka, seeing him only get that one goal, I would be very, very happy with my decision, because I think Saka could probably get more than 6 points tonight. It should have been a lot more for Haaland. He did miss that sitter from 3 yards out. I don't think anybody was expecting that. Like, just absolutely anomaly, whatever it's called. But yeah, would have obviously got another 4 points from that. Probably would have got max bonus. Maybe not max bonus because obviously Foden got the brace. But I don't know. It would have been really, really good. But yeah, I think, to be fair, I think Haaland non-captains has got a little bit unlucky. Like, it was just a really, really bad Man United defensive error, which actually led to Haaland's goal. If it wasn't for that, then Haaland would have blanked, and, you know, Saka captainers would have been even better off. But we'll see what happens tonight. But yeah, I did have Martinez in goal with 1 point against Luton. That's really, really unfortunate. I'm kind of looking forward to getting rid of Martinez. He's not really done too much for me. He does usually just get a 1 or a 2 pointer, sometimes 3. But yeah, Villa defense isn't actually that good. The only reason I've kept him, obviously, is for blank game week 29. So, you know, on my game week 31 wildcard, I think I probably will be getting rid of him. I don't think I'll be keeping him. I mean, for the price as well, he's just really not worth it. But yeah, it is what it is. You know, I was always going to play him this week. I can't play anyone else because Turner's not first choice anymore. But either way, Martinez picked up 1 point. Ake picking up 2 points. Really annoying that United scored last night, because Ake is a bit of a differential for me. He's only around 20% owned for my rank. So yeah, that annoying Rashford wonder goal did stop me from getting an extra clean sheet there, but it is what it is. At least he played. You know, if he didn't play, Estepinian would have come off the bench and would have got 0 points. So yeah, can't really be too mad. Gabriel is still yet to play. Sheffield United away. I don't know if I need, like, them to concede or not. I don't know if, like, double Arsenal defense is, like, super highly owned where it would hurt my rank or not. I really, really don't know. I think I think the perfect scenario would be that Arsenal concede but Gabriel scores. I think that'd be a lot more beneficial. But we'll have to see what happens there. And then Virgil van Dijk with the 6 points did keep a clean sheet against Forest. Obviously, really, really annoying as a Forest fan to concede so late. It would have been really, really nice to have that as a 0-0. I would have definitely took a point against Liverpool, but it is what it is. I know there's been a lot of, like, talk about the officiating and stuff like that. As a Forest fan, obviously, I feel like there were a couple of interesting decisions, but it was for both teams as well. Like, I feel like we could have definitely had a man sent off. I think it was like a really high boot challenge. Obviously, there was penalty appeals at both ends of the pitch. Obviously, like, the situation that led to, like, the head injury and the ball getting given back to Liverpool and stuff, that's obviously a bit interesting. But at the end of the day, I think the officiating was just terrible throughout the whole game, and we definitely had chances we should have took. So I'm not going to be like a super bitter Forest fan saying like the refs cheated us, because I think they were just terrible for both sides. But it is really annoying to concede so late on. But anyway, that was a clean sheet for Van Dijk regardless. And then in midfield, everybody returning so far. Douglas Luiz getting 4 points. Yeah, I mean, not too bad, because a lot of people have this midfield where it's Saka, Palmer, Foden, and Douglas Luiz. But the only difference being Son instead of Douglas Luiz. Son did score, so he finished on 7 points. Douglas Luiz picked up 4 points because obviously he got the yellow card as well. So the 3 points difference isn't that bad, because now I'm going into the next game week with 2 free transfers instead of 1. Plus, if I was going to bring in Son this week, it would have been for Foden, and I would have been down 8 points. So very, very happy I didn't make that decision. And it's going to be really difficult, like, selling Foden and players like this, man, going into the next game weeks. It's going to be really, really difficult. I don't think I'll get rid of him until, you know, 29 or something like that, because I'll probably get rid of him for Son, but it's going to be really weird getting rid of him. But I can always bring him back on a wild card if I wanted to. But I don't know how I'm going to fit everyone in, because I want Salah back and stuff. But either way, Douglas Luiz picked up 4. Foden, the wonder kid, picking up 15. Palmer picking up 5 points as well. And then Saka still yet to play. But again, needing to blank, really. Otherwise, it's going to hurt my rank quite a lot. And then up top, Solanke picking up 2 points. Again, wasn't sure if he was going to play or not. He did play. Didn't get anything. Not ideal. But I think there was like an interview or something at the end, and he said that he should be able to like play the double. So that's kind of making me basically choose him as my captain. Haaland picking up 12 points as my captain, and then Ollie Watkins picking up 13 points as well. This guy is just insane. I just don't think I can get rid of him. And I know that there's like doubles and stuff coming up, but he's literally just ridiculous this year. Like, he should be like a 10 mil striker for the amount of points that he's getting. Like, he's outscoring everyone like every week. It's ridiculous, man. This guy is just, if he's not got a plane ticket to the Euros, then I mean, I don't even know, because he's just playing ridiculous. And then with the bench, Bowen did pick up a really late assist. I mean, it was between Douglas Luiz and Bowen that I was going to play this week, so it's a 1 point difference, so it's not too bad. But obviously, if Solanke hadn't have played, then Bowen would have come off the bench and I would have been 3 points better. But it is what it is. I'm not going to, like, cry over 1 point. It would have been nice to obviously have made the right choice, but it's always risky benching a penalty taker, and so I was just going to play Douglas Luiz regardless. And then Estepinian did actually start, but picked up a yellow and conceded some goals, so he's got 0. Porro obviously didn't play, which is why I played Ake, but Spurs did concede anyway, so I don't think it would have made that much of a difference. So yeah, currently on 60 points, a game week rank of 1.7 mil. We're down to 1.8k. I think that if Saka does get anything, then yeah, we could be seeing like a 2.5, 3k red arrow, maybe something like that. Hopefully Gabriel gets something though, and it's a goal, and that would be perfect. And Arsenal conceding, but Gabriel scoring is the perfect scenario, and also Saka blanking. That's basically the perfect scenario for me tonight. We'll see what happens, but in regards to transfers though, that's obviously like got to get him right this week. Got to get him right, and I think Doughty is definitely in my team 100%. The Senesai injury is really, really unfortunate. I mean, like, you just can't write that. If you brought him in this week for the Burnley away fixture, ready for the double, it's just, you just can't, like, you can't blame yourself. It's just a really, really unfortunate situation. Like, I was thinking potentially of bringing him in this week, but I thought it's weird because I even said, like, you never know, he could get, I didn't say anything about an injury, obviously, because you just can't call that. But I didn't bring him in this week because of the yellow cards. I was like, if he gets a yellow card in this fixture, then he's got one more yellow card that he needs to get, and then he misses 2 fixtures. So it's just not worth it in case anything happens this week. And obviously it wasn't a yellow card, but it was an injury. And again, it's a hamstring injury as well, so he's probably going to miss the double. It's just really, really unfortunate. And, you know, it's happened to me in the season. You know, I brought in Neto. He got a hamstring injury. I brought in Eze. I think he got a hamstring injury. It's happened to me. It sucks. Especially when it's a double game week player as well that's going. It's just really, really unfortunate, and it's just really unlucky. But in regards to, yeah, my transfers this week, it will be, I think, Van Dijk out this week for Doughty. That'll give me a lot of money in the bank. I've already got like 2.1 in the bank, but going from Van Dijk to Doughty will give me like an extra 2 mil nearly. So I'll have nearly like 5 mil in the bank, which will obviously be really, really nice. Or about 4 mil, I think. I don't know if I worked. I think about 4 mil, actually. I worked that around. Oh, yeah, near enough 4 mil in the bank. So that basically allows me to bring anybody in. Now, if I bring Doughty in, which I'm most likely going to do, I'll have 2 double game week players, which is pretty nice. But obviously, a lot of players are going to have a lot more than that. So I have to make the decision whether to bring another double game week player in from Luton or Bournemouth, or just like bring in a game week 29 player. The only thing is there's not really any game week 29 players that I really want to bring in apart from like Doughty. Like the smarter thing would be to bring in 2 Luton players, because then I have obviously an extra double game week player, plus I have a blank game week 29 player as well. And I know that Bournemouth have the better fixtures, but I just think it would stop me like from taking an extra hit and stuff. And and from Bournemouth, I mean, obviously, like, the defense is something that you'd want to target, but, you know, with Senesai, does that mean they're going to be weaker? Obviously, Neto's a really good choice, but I think for me, it just makes more sense to bring in 2 Luton players, which I cannot believe I'm actually saying, but yeah, it might have to be, like, Palmer out for a Luton player. And I don't even know who Palmer has this week. I can't remember off the top of my head. Is it Newcastle? It might be Newcastle. But yeah, it might have to be like Van Dijk out for Doughty, and then bringing Palmer out, taking Palmer out for a Ross Barkley. So I have 3 doublers, and then going into game week 29, I have Martinez, Doughty, Porro, hopefully. So that's 3 players there. I have Douglas Luiz. I have Bowen. I'd have Ross Barkley. And then I'd also have Watkins as well. So that'd be 7 playing players, I think, if I've counted that right. So with my extra transfer in game week 29, that'd bring me up to 8 players, which would probably be like maybe Solanke out for Tony, because I feel like I have to have Tony. And then my other transfer would probably be Foden out for Son. So that'd be like my 9 playing players. I'd have most of the players you want. So 9 players with 1 hit, I think is worth saving the free hit for 24. It just means that I go out with Bournemouth defense. I go without Bournemouth defense in game week 28, which is a double. But I do still have 3 doublers. I mean, I could always just take an extra hit and just bring in the Bournemouth player, but I'm not really bringing in like a double game week player, because I mean I am, but like he'll lose the fixture in 29 regardless. So if I bring in a Bournemouth player now, I'll obviously get a double in 28, but then no fixture in 29. Whereas if I bring a Luton player in, I'll get a double in 29. I'll get a double in 28 plus the fixture in 29. So it does make sense to bring in 2 Luton players, even though Bournemouth have the better fixtures. But it is what it is. Like, I can't believe I'd have 2 Luton players in my team, but there's just not any other way around it, I don't think. I might also get rid of Estepinian as well, instead of Van Dijk, because I don't think I need Estepinian at all. I kind of just want him out of my team. And I know that I'd get more money from Van Dijk, but I don't think I necessarily need the money as of right now. Because from Foden to Son is not going to cost much. It's only like a mil difference. And I've already got 2.1 mil in the bank. I'll get money anyway from Estepinian down to Doherty. And then, I mean, Solanke up to Tony, I think I'd have enough anyway. So it makes sense to get rid of Estepinian. And then Estepinian's probably going to get price drops and stuff soon as well. So yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do in terms of transfers. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. But anyway, that's my that's how we're currently getting on in 27. That's my plans for double game week 28. Moving on to the transfers in and out for game week 28, though. Obviously, Morris is the most brought in player. He is, you know, the strike for Luton. He's got a nice double coming up, Crystal Palace away and then Bournemouth away. So yeah, a nice double there for Morris. I would love to have him in my team. It's just I can't really make any room for him. A lot of people are going to be taking him out, taking Haaland out for Morris, which, you know, fair enough. He does have Liverpool away. It's not a bad shout at all. But at the same time, I don't know if I don't know. I mean, Morris is a good shout either. I mean, I could get rid of Haaland and keep Palmer, but I just don't know if it's worth it, really. And then Son, another player that's being brought in by a lot of managers. I don't know if I'd bring him in this week. Villa away is quite a tough fixture. I definitely want him for 29 and 30. So that's why I'll be bringing him in 29. And again, I'm probably going to wildcard in 31. So I want, like, I'd love triple Spurs for Luton. I'm probably going to transfer, like, Barkley out in 30 for, like, a Maddison or something like that. It just makes a little bit more sense, because I would love triple Spurs against Luton at home, and then I wildcard a few players out and stuff. Because, I mean, West Ham away and Forest at home isn't, like, the best fixtures for Spurs. And then they've got Newcastle, City, and Arsenal as well. Again, doubles could happen, but I've got my free hit still in play and stuff. If they do double in 34, that'd be ideal, because then I can just, obviously, free hit them in. But, yeah, I mean, Son is not a bad shout at all this week, but I think there's better options to bring in. I think if you're going to use a transfer this week, it'd be on a Luton or a Bournemouth player, in my opinion. Bowen, another player that's being brought in by a lot of managers. Yeah, he's got Burnley at home. You know, very happy that I've got him. You know, he's hopefully going to have a price rise and stuff, which would be really nice, because I just get a little bit more money from him. And yeah, I mean, I understand why people are bringing him in, but, you know, Burnley at home's a great fixture, but there's a double game week on the cards here. And then Doherty, another player that's being brought in by a lot of managers. He's 4.7 mil now, so when I get rid of Estepinian, it'll only get me a little bit of extra money, but yeah, I cannot go without Doherty, because he's going to be so highly owned this week, and yeah, I've got to have him in my team 100%. So that's that. And then we also have Solanke as well, who's also being brought in by a lot of managers. Again, probably the best double game week asset to have this week. Sheffield United at home, Luton at home as well. Just a solid fixture. And again, I would love I would love a Bournemouth defender for this, and I may still do it. I may take a hit this week and bring in, you know, extra double game week players. I don't want to, but if I bring in like a Bournemouth defender, Doherty, and like a Luton player, it's not the worst thing in the world. I just wouldn't be. I mean, but then if I take a hit next week as well, then it'd be like taking 2 back to back. I don't know. I really have to think about it, because I've got to get it right. And it's not even after, like, even after that, like, they've got good fixtures as well. And if I am playing my wildcard in 31, like, having an Everton at home fixture would be really nice for a Bournemouth player, especially because that week I'm just kind of waiting for 31 so I can play my wild card. But anyway, those are the most transferred in players for game week 28 or double game week 28. The most transferred out, mainly injuries and stuff, but yeah, Richarlison out for a few weeks. He might be back for the 29 fixture, but you just don't know. It's hard to say. It's a bit of a gamble. Trippier coming off with that injury as well. I mean, Chelsea away obviously isn't the greatest fixture, but yeah, they then blank in 29. So they've got some nice fixtures after that, 2 home fixtures, and then obviously it gets a little bit worse. But yeah, they do finish the season quite strong with fixtures, and they do still have that Palace game to rearrange as well. We've also got De Bruyne as well being transferred out by a lot of managers. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be bringing in any City players, let's just say that, because they've got Liverpool away, a blank, and then Arsenal at home. It generally couldn't be worse. But then obviously after that, which is why like on a game week 31 wildcard, I think I might just bring in like Ederson, because then he's just a set and forget. You know, I can just have him for all of these really nice fixtures. I don't have to worry about City rotation at the back. And yeah, I'd have him for... So I think maybe Ederson could be my goalkeeper going into the rest of the season. And then also Alvarez, another player. He's got back-to-back benchings now. So yeah, we knew this was going to happen when like De Bruyne was back and stuff. There's no way Pep is like benching Foden because he's having the season of his life. So someone's going to have to take that hit, and it is as kind of Alvarez at the moment, which is unfortunate. And then Porro, another player that's getting transferred out by a lot of managers. I don't think I would do this personally. Like, I'm just going to bench him against Villa regardless. But, you know, the Spurs manager did say it'd be like a week away or something. So he should be fine for 29. At least I'm hoping he's fine for 29. But yeah, I understand why people get rid of him, but I don't think it's the smartest choice. But anyway, they are all of the kind of most transferred in and out players for game week 28, and that is also my plans for 28 as well. Again, things could change, but it is what it is. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, drop a like down below. It's trying to 50 likes. Leave a comment. What are your plans for game week 28, and also how you're getting on in game week 27. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. It's everything from me, though. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.